Hey, 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 Laura J, I'm back again. I've been away because I got a strike on my account for an alleged conspiracy theory that I created. So, if you want to see that, you'll have to join Telegram, where you can see it over on Odyssey because there's a duplicate of all my videos to LJEH. Oh my god. Okay, I'm going through the kill yard. This is where I grew up. I'm a tobacco farmer's daughter, granddaughter, great-granddaughter. I grew up on these lands, and I also have different belief systems based on my research to those that I came through. Unfortunately for me, my grandpa loved me even though he didn't understand nor agree. But he knew that I would be his best bet to care for him to the best of my ability for as long as he was here, and do feel our souls had a contract to look after one another, my grandma too. And so we three did that. They helped me become who I am, and I helped them till their end as best as what I could. And I learned a lot in the process based on judgments of those who don't see what I've been doing as valid, because I haven't charged for it, because I had my own limiting belief system about needing warrior strong more than I need a bank account full of fiat currency. And yet, while that may be true, it meant I didn't take myself as seriously and others didn't either. So, was it a disservice? Or was it a service? In the scheme of things, I don't know. But what I do know is there is a lot going on in this world. And I created a course called Leveling the Playing Field, Ode to Laurelise, which is a working language of empowerment for the people to use to no longer confuse ourselves in substance with forms that are norms that are subpar. The status quo is no longer the glass ceiling we need to limbo under in order to stay under the frequency net of, because we didn't know such a thing existed, except for if we have conversation about such theories, to actually see the Asians of suffixes added onto words to bring a thought into form, then we will see the insanity of all of what we have been subject to, because we've allowed ourselves to be turned into the subject of matters we allow professionals to speak on when they have no first-hand testimony, which means they weren't there, which means it's technically hearsay, unless they've sworn their allegiance to a crown corpse bar association that will grant them permission to legally loot those who don't see them coming because they trusted the wrong source, which is course in a different order. You see what I'm talking about? Did you know privateers are a real thing? Should look that one up. I don't know what's gonna get me struck again, but the video that got me struck last week, that paused my ability to post anything for a week, was actually recorded and posted 2 years ago. So why now? Well, I wasn't supposed to say anything for the last week. And I was in an incredible process of really taking my power back and standing on what I know and have lived, to be able to say, disrespect in my house is not okay. It's not my house that I live in. That's just my home space. This is my house. My body, I have allowed myself to be taken advantage of by people that wanted to take more than they gave. And I already told you the story I had as to why, subconsciously, I allowed it. And even encouraged it, I guess, in a roundabout way. I don't know. But what I do want to say right now is that this weekend at Soul's Path in Blackstock, there's going to be a soulful celebration where we will be getting together to move, groove, dance, sing, and create loops of a higher vibrational nature. Loops are actually, looping is a way to record something and then have it start to loop while continuing to record more on top of the loop. And then you don't get duped because you're in the moment and you get to benefit from that which came before it too. So, there is a pump that is loud by the pond, so I'm going to just go back home to the home space I have lived in since 2017 and always seen as a second home before that, because the two people who loved me more than anyone live. The two that forgave me when I fucked up and fornicated under carnal knowledge. I don't know what the ED is except to put a suffix on the word itself, which I turned into an acronym, not me first. Someone else did it and I just replicated that which I had heard before. So I don't take credit for the acronym that causes so much shit, being ship high in transit, which also I did not coin. But ideas can be coined. And I've coined several in leveling the playing field. What I'm excited to say is that I've actually created a way for you to get it for free by investing in me. And what I mean by that is I made a code for the course that those who are Patreon sponsors can use, if you're one of the first 100 at least, in order to gain access to the material we're going to be moving through in the future, near future. But I'm not going to speak into those details until I have them on a landing page where you can land and actually digest that which is being offered. And it's already written, except I want to expand it. I want to bring in the diagrams that match it, that I haven't been able to put all together as best as what I can live, like what we're going to be doing at Soul's Path this weekend for the Soulful Celebrations experience, Saturday from 2 till 11. And then on Sunday morning, again, we're going to be doing some cold plunging and talk about the reality of my empowerment as the first person in our own story. So not talking about mine specifically, though it's the only context I have to reference firsthand, other than friends who have told me that would be a second-hand account of their story that I do have first-hand hearing of. I'm just bringing in some of these word plays in to say we're going to go deep, but we're not going to be mentalizing it entirely, because the integration and embodiment are what is required in order to contribute the insights gleaned when we lean in to novel information that would be quite the epic novel. So, I hope you'll join us. I'll put the link in the description. Peace. good to be back.